Have you ever noticed how trading doesn't just feel hard? It feels personally hard. Like it's not the charts, not the strategy, not even the losses. It feels like something inside you keeps getting in the way. You try to be disciplined. You promise yourself you'll follow the plan, and then somehow you don't. And the worst part? You start thinking maybe you're just not built for this. Here's the uncomfortable truth most traders never hear. There is one personality trait that makes trading feel almost impossible. And if you have it, trading will constantly feel heavier, louder, and more emotional than it should. Let's break it down. Slowly, honestly, without sugarcoating anything. Because if this clicks, trading changes forever. Point number one. You feel everything intensely. Wins feel euphoric. Losses feel personal. Drawdowns feel like failure. You don't just experience emotions, you absorb them. Psychology calls this high emotional reactivity. It's not weakness, it's sensitivity. And in normal life, it can actually be a strength. You're intuitive. You notice subtle shifts. You care deeply about outcomes. But markets don't reward emotional depth. They reward neutrality. When price moves against you, your nervous system reacts like something is wrong, like you need to do something, fix something, protect yourself. So you interfere. You cut trades early. You move stops. You revenge trade. Not because you're reckless, but because your body is screaming for relief. Most traders think they lack discipline. What they really lack is emotional regulation under uncertainty. And if you're highly reactive, trading will always feel urgent, even when nothing urgent is happening. Point number two, you attach your self-worth to outcomes. Be honest, a winning streak makes you feel smart, confident, validated. A losing streak makes you question everything, your intelligence, your future, your decision to trade at all. This comes from a trait psychologists link to contingent self-esteem. Your sense of value depends on performance. So every trade carries invisible weight. It's no longer just a setup, it's a test. And tests create pressure. Pressure narrows perception. It shortens time horizons. It pushes you to force results. That's why you overtrade after losses and hesitate after wins. You're not trading the market, you're trading your identity. And the market doesn't care who you think you are. Point number three, you crave certainty in an uncertain environment. You want to know. You want clarity, confirmation, reassurance. You want the trade to make sense before you take it. This is a classic cognitive bias called intolerance of uncertainty. And trading is literally uncertainty monetized. No setup is guaranteed. No edge works every time. No outcome is personal. But your mind hates that. So it searches. More indicators, more time frames, more opinions. You're not trying to improve accuracy, you're trying to calm anxiety. And the irony? The more certainty you seek, the less decisive you become. You hesitate, you miss entries, you enter late. Then you blame yourself for lack of confidence. But confidence doesn't come from knowing, it comes from accepting not knowing. Point number four, you overthink because thinking feels productive. You analyze everything, past trades, missed trades, future scenarios. Your mind is always active. Psychology calls this cognitive overcontrol. You believe better thinking leads to better results. But trading isn't a thinking problem, it's an execution problem. The edge already exists. The rules are already defined, yet you second guess. What if this time is different? What if I'm missing something? What if I'm wrong again? Overthinking gives the illusion of safety, but it actually disconnects you from flow. The best traders aren't smarter, they're quieter. Their minds don't argue with reality, they observe it. Point number five, you feel responsible for randomness. This one is subtle. When a trade loses, you don't just accept it as variance, you search for meaning. I should have seen that. I knew better. I messed up. This is called the illusion of control. You believe every outcome reflects your skill, but markets don't work like that. Even perfect execution produces losses, yet you internalize them. And over time, that creates emotional fatigue. Trading starts to feel exhausting, not because it's complex, but because you're carrying responsibility for things you can't control. So let's zoom out. What is this personality trait really? It's not fear, it's not laziness, it's not lack of intelligence. It's high sensitivity combined with high self-expectation. You care deeply. You want to do things right. You feel emotions strongly. You think intensely. And in most areas of life, that's a gift. But in trading, unchecked, it becomes friction. The market requires emotional neutrality, probabilistic thinking, and delayed gratification. Your personality wants meaning, control, and reassurance now. That mismatch creates constant inner conflict, and conflict drains consistency. So here's the shift that changes everything. You don't fix this trait, you train around it. You stop trying to become emotionless. You build systems that reduce emotional load, smaller position sizes, fewer trades, clear rules you follow even when you feel like adjusting. You separate self-worth from results. You judge yourself only on execution. Did you follow the plan? Yes or no? That's it. And you practice sitting with discomfort, not avoiding it, not fixing it, just letting it pass. Because emotions don't disappear when you fight them. They fade when you stop feeding them. Here's the paradox most traders miss. The traders who struggle the most emotionally are often the ones with the highest long-term potential. Because once sensitivity is regulated, it turns into awareness, and awareness is everything. You don't need a new strategy, you need a new relationship with uncertainty. If this felt uncomfortably accurate, you're not broken. You're just early in the psychological side of trading, and that's the part most people never master. If you want more breakdowns like this, not hype, not indicators, just real trading psychology, stay here. Subscribe, because the market doesn't change, but you can. And when you do, trading stops feeling impossible.